fee-free trading on Ethereum, Binance, and Mastercard? And are we about to break out on Bitcoin? Hello, welcome to Bigwick Energy, a 100% automated copy trading bot, fully managed by the Block Party trading team. It's exclusively available on Mizar, and if you want to get access, just head on over to mizar.ai, check out the marketplace, and we're right there. If you want a truly set and forget experience with automated trading, then this is for you. There is no monthly subscription. We only get paid if we win. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us grow and bring you more awesome content. Enough yapping, let's get into those trades. First thing is first, as always, guys, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and what it's doing. And if we can identify this to some degree, then we know what kind of trades we're going to want to be placing. And the way things are looking in a snapshot, TLDR, things are looking pretty bullish. And we've just confirmed that we're forming somewhat of like an ascending triangle. And that can be confirmed here by this flat top up here and this rising trend line, which is looking really nice. And these are inherently bullish. You know, if we have a symmetrical triangle, then it really kind of depends on which way it comes into the triangle, whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend. And equally, if we've got a descending triangle where it's a flat top bottom, then they're inherently bearish. But what we're looking at right now is inherently bullish, which is great. But there are a few other factors in play. One of my favorite indicators is actually the Hull MA, and it's an interesting moving average because it takes the actual momentum into consideration, and with that it almost gives you a bit of a lead on when the market's going to turn. I love it, and it just identifies that weakness in trend, which is pretty cool, and that's really what you want to be focusing on, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a weakness in this downward trend, which is real nice. Not only that, we are trading above and I'd say arguably turning the 20 and 50 EMA on the 1 hour. I like to use the 1 hour because it's such a popular time frame that so many people are watching it. Because you've got to remember, technical analysis is psychology, and you're just basically hoping that you're going to go with what all the masses are saying within technical analysis. Now, there are many other factors at play, but at least if we can tick one factor off the box, then hopefully it's going to point us in the right direction. But that's not it. The DXY, or Dixie, sorry, as I've been saying, is coming up to a real critical point, and I think it is going to crash pretty hard. Not to mention the USDT dominance is breaking down on a bearish, well, it's actually just a pennant. And that's what we want to see. You know, we want to see these kind of things. And last but not least, the alt market cap is showing pretty much a bull flag, and that is supremely bullish, and that's great, and that's what we want to be seeing. Certainly if we are looking at some alt trades as well. Now on BTC as well, let's not ignore this unfilled weekly pivot right up here. We do have this 200 EMA coming in pretty hard, and that's not particularly ideal. But as well, we have the 20 and the 50 DMA coming down. So these can act as resistance at times. But if I had a gun to my head right now, I feel as though we're going to break up in the short term and head to around about this target of hopefully 22,600, which is around about midway up the weekly pivot. There's no real reason if we break out of here it shouldn't do, but that would put us significantly back in this macro channel, as you can see here, and that changes everything, to be honest. If we can get into this and above this resistance here of 22,600, then we could arguably be on our way to this higher target of 27k, which has got a CME gap up there and as well at the top of the channel. But it also puts us on a potential bullish trajectory, and I'm talking macro, which is good. I mean, I'm around about 80-20 bull to bear now. Like we long term, you know, I'm talking higher than a month we are going up. I don't think we're going to be going down much more. I think we might still see a bit of a flash crash potentially, but it'll be quite short and painful. But let's take a look at some of the trades. There have been a couple of additions. Of course, BTC is still in there. This is our trade and our targets, and we're currently running in about 1% profit. No new safety orders added other than Mina. We wanted to bring that price down a little bit, and that safety order has brought the price down. I don't think I've updated it on the charts. Let's have a quick look. Let's see, the average buy price, no I haven't, is now down here. And the take profit price is now down here. And once we're here, let's just change it to the beautiful brand new brand colors. Of course, if you want to get hold of the brand colors, then just drop us a message at BPT admin on Telegram, and we'll send you the RGB colors, and you can have your own little block party chart. Because being a chartist is everything. But it's looking pretty good, you know, like we do have the unfilled weekly pivot up there. I didn't want to add another one, which would probably bring the average buy price down to within this weekly pivot, which would be nice. But again, let's not get too excited just yet. We have pretty much 2 safety orders on a lot of the trades now, which is still very, very, very low commitment in regards to the allocation. So everything's looking pretty sweet. What are the other new trades? We have Ethereum. Now, since we have the introduction of this fee-free trading, along with other news such as Binance pairing with Mastercard to bring crypto payments to, I think it's like 900,000 customers or something like that. Absolutely phenomenal numbers. This is actual application of bringing money into the market. What else we had? We had Biden. He's just frozen student loan repayments for another 4 months. There is the chance that there's a lot of these students that don't need that, so they might just have this extra cash they're sat on, maybe not a lot, but a little bit. So that could also go into crypto and investment. And of course, you know, circling back to the Ethereum fee-free trading, this is just naturally going to bring money into the spot market. And this is quite important to say because a lot of people will lean towards the futures market because of the lower fees. For sure, but this way people get to do a lot of, you know, the high frequency trading and bring a lot of volume into the market. So that does mean there's 2 sides to this as well. You might see a lot of volume coming into the Binance exchange. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go one of 2 ways. That probably means that people are transitioning some high frequency, I'm talking ultra high frequency mega bots over to Binance exchange under Ethereum. Which can give the illusion of high volume coming into the market, where there is high volume coming into the market, but not really. It doesn't mean the market's actually going to move up or down specifically. But the good thing with any kind of volume, it does help lower volatility somewhat, or just big drops. So who knows? I think all in all, it's going to encourage further trading, further buys. It might just be that little nudge that people need to get over the line. Either way, it's just not a bad thing. So Ethereum, we have quite big targets on that one. We currently only have it set to 5%, but this is our entry. We're currently just in profit at the moment. We're currently trading at about 5%, some midway up the actual weekly pivot. I'm not going for too crazy on that one. There's all the hype around the merge and everything like that. That's kind of like the whole COVID thing with vaccine versus anti-vaccine. Whereas, you know, there's a lot of, seems like a very, very obvious decision at the start, like, yeah, sure, staking, that's great. You know, that's super environmentally friendly. It's going to introduce a lot of institutional money into the market because they love eco-friendly stuff. But then, you know, it kind of starts to break away from the whole ethos of what not Bitcoin, but crypto is about, in the whole decentralized nature. So yeah, like I said, there's 2 sides to this, and maybe there's not as much crazy excitement around it as the first was. But we're certainly not seeing too much money piling into the market right now. And I think, you know, we're not, it's only September the 15th, 16th, so we're not that far away from it. You know, it's just here. You know, that is only, you know, we're only looking at around about 20 odd days, 21 days away from it. So if we're going to see a rally, it's only going to be because Bitcoin starts to rally as well. And if it does, Ethereum will likely move quicker, but it will certainly move in confluence to Bitcoin as usual. I don't think we're going to see any decoupling from it, that's for sure. Not like the London hard fork when that came into fruition. That just went, phew, it was amazing. But we'll see what happens. What else we got? We added Flow to the trades as well. So Flow is a good one. It had a couple of things that's going on with it. let's not forget that Meta is using it, you know, pretty big. I don't care what anyone says. Facebook, Meta is still a huge company. And that is actually what triggered this massive pump up here. And we have come right back down to around about entry zone. So where a lot of the smarter money got in and probably sold here, a lot of the smarter money is probably going to be getting back in around about these levels as we're coming back to that kind of more, I'm not going to say macro, but yeah, kind of like longer term retest here. So breakout, retest, and we should be flying up. So going to have some pretty weighty targets on that. I mean, no hurry to get out of this deal. I think this is going to go pretty hard. We've actually got a longer term trade in the premium, as you can see right here. Pretty confident, and it's got some really nice clear targets, which I love as well. Bottom of the weekly pivot, top of the weekly pivot, and then on this first key resistance up here, which brings in a nice 30%. So I think we're going to leave that to go, but we'll see how I feel. If, you know, we are at around about 10 or 15%, let's say, and we're starting to feel a bit shaky, then we will probably just close it. And when I say shaky, if Bitcoin is looking a little bit weak kind of thing, or we see some more macro effects that come into play, then we're just going to take the profit and we'll just re-enter low down. That's the beauty. As we speak right now, I'm actually just going to increase the flow TP to 30%. And so I don't forget that later, or worst case scenario, it pumps randomly and we miss out on it. Anyway, that's increased now. So a couple of other ones that I really want to shine a light on. HNT, look at that go. We have just pumped around about 15% from down here. This is really, really exciting. We've kind of gone from about 35% down now to, where are we at now? We are down 21%. We didn't add any more safety orders to it because we're not going to add any more safety orders to it now. So kind of at the mercy of the market a little bit. We filled this weekly pivot and get a little bit closer on this. You see what I mean about the weekly pivots? We filled it and we've kind of come straight back down. We do have this 20 DEMA right up here as well, which can act as a bit of resistance, and a TD9. So there's a few factors in there, and also, you know, we're coming into a high point of liquidity here. So we could have quite a few sells there. So it's pretty interesting, but what's good about this is that is a breakout as clear as day. You can draw many trend lines, you can draw many support and resistances. I don't know why I put it there, that was a bit of an accident, but support resistances, breakout there, breakout of the 200 EMA, all sorts of good stuff looking there. So HNT is pretty exciting. And then we've got IOTX, which is starting to make a bit of a move, a real nice breakout there. And so what I do love about this breakout more than anything is we're in an ascending wedge. You know, these things are, they're traditionally, like coming out of them, they have a high chance of breaking down. But, generally, if you break up from an ascending wedge, then that means you are going places. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You break down, that's more expected, probably not as big a drop. It's just going with the flow of the market. But if you do break up on these things, then that means that there is some serious volume coming in. As you can see right here, there's no surprise that that volume came in right on the breakout of this ascending wedge. So, you know, I would, if we weren't at 20 trades with 19 of them being long right now, I probably would take a long on IOTX. What I'm talking about, I'm already in IOTX. But if you're looking at this and you weren't in any trades, IOTX could be a pretty good shout, you know, like, so we've got the top of the weekly pivot there, which takes us into this nice kind of ebb of liquidity just here. So get around about 8-9% out of it. But most importantly for us, we're going to be nice and in the take profit zone, I feel, pretty soon on that, which is awesome. And then last trade that we'll touch on today, everything else has stayed absolutely the same. I mean, SHIB is looking pretty good. That, I think, is going to absolutely explode very, very soon. We've got big targets on that one, so we're going to let that play out. And BNB is the last one I want to look at. Damn, look at this. This is what I love. This kind of like a real nice breakout here. Look at that. So we break out, we come down, retest, and then we're just consolidating. And what we're looking for is a breakout. You can either use trend lines on the volume down here like that. And you're not looking to pinpoint the actual peaks. But just get a general direction. It's a trend, you know, the general direction of the trend of the volume. Very, very teeny tiny consolidation going on. But also you can also use the moving average on the volume. Yeah, it's a very nice one. I use 50, you can use 20. Some people like to use 200 and just have that flat average line. So if you break through it, then it's somewhat significant. But I do like to have it being a little bit tiny dynamic kind of thing. And once we break through that, then that I feel is going to be going pretty hard. And we are only 5% down on that, so that could actually go to take profit pretty quickly. And we've got the 200 EMA, DEMA, should I say, right up there, which is quite interesting. I didn't know. That's very close. That's BNB for you. It's, holds dumps like a boss. Anyway, guys, that is the block party trading portfolio, the market analysis, a bit of news, what's going on, Bitcoin, and block party towers. We have a slightly bullish sentiment, a tiny little bit of hopium. If you want to follow this and sit back, relax, set and forget, then you can head right on over to Mizar.ai. Check out the description below for 5% off your trading fees. And it really is easy as that. Throw some money in and we do the rest of the work. Big Wick Energy. And of course, give us a like and a subscribe on this because it makes us feel warm and fuzzy inside and want to make more of this content for you. Anyway, until next time, guys.